A mushroom on my head.
You're always a mushroom on your head. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Wow. Huh.
It's like those mushrooms we couldn't find that day. What were they called?
Oyster mushrooms.
Got an oyster mushroom on my head.
Welcome Between the Gutters. I'm Philip.
I'm Jaclyn.
And your heart rate's going. That's good. That's good.
I'm alive.
We got all kinds of stuff going on tonight.
For show and tell, I have Todd. Just kidding. He finally sat down. I'm not picking him up.
Please don't pick him up. Please don't do that. That's not a good thing.
But for show and tell for real, I have a K-pop Demon Hunters blind keychain. I have...
The keychain's blind?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, if it's baby, then yes, because the hair.
That's fair.
But I already have 5 of these, and I really, really, really want a roomie. Oh, I think I have 6.
Probably.
I have 2 Zoes, 2 Derpies.
But the Derpies are different. You got the Chase Derpy, too. You got the regular Derpy and the Chase Derpy. So, those don't count.
I have Baby, and I have Mira. So, I have 6 of these already.
See what you got.
So, let's open it up and see.
Good old show and tell. It got Baby.
Oh my god, I have Baby again. It comes with a clip.
Let's see Baby. Don't see Baby.
That you clip on the chain. Oh my gosh. Rotate. I feel like this one's different than the one I have.
It looks different. I don't know.
Maybe this is his Saja Boy version.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. I got the Saja Boy's mystery.
Yeah. That's Baby.
Oh.
So you got mystery.
Duh, because his hair's in his face.
Hair's in his
I was getting them confused.
Yeah.
So I don't have this one.
You don't have that one. Nope.
I didn't think so, because it was different.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I don't know the Saja Boys.
She still doesn't have Roomy here.
And then you clip on the other thing.
It's adorable.
And this part is the Saja Boys logo.
That's adorable.
Well, I guess I have to go get another one.
Good job.
Good job. At least it's not a duplicate.
I mean, that's a plus.
Yeah. I
put
wasted my money on stupider things.
I mean, do it.
Look around.
Look around. That's what we do. My show and tell this week.
Oh my god.
It's this. I got the Matrix of Leadership. I'm so excited. I will be doing another video. I have not opened this yet. It is still taped. I will be doing another video coming out in the next few days of me unboxing this and playing with it because it opens. It makes a sound.
You don't even want to know the struggle of getting this.
What's the struggle? But it's mine now. It's all mine.
I accidentally paid for it. And then it got delivered to our neighbor's house.
Yeah, it said it's delivered.
Freaking out.
Yeah, I was not happy. But I'm going to do an unboxing of that later.
But luckily, our neighbor is a nice man, sometimes, and brought it over.
Yes. So, but I'll do an unboxing with that. It takes 3 AA batteries, I think. So we'll open it up. We'll play the touch. That's what it's supposed to do.
Todd.
So there we go. So there we got. And I'm working on the Optimus Prime Lego. So I'll have that for show and tell another week or 2. It's taking me a little longer than like. Hopefully I'll get back to it this weekend. It's been a busy week. We've had a busy week.
Have we? I feel like
I've had a busy week.
I feel like I've just been stressed
I don't...
for no reason. The heat. The smoke. The heat.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty miserable here in Virginia.
I imagine it's worse up that way.
Well, yeah, we know what Pittsburgh and stuff is way worse. We looked at the map. We saw a map.
What are you doing?
I don't know. It's Todd. So what are we guttering tonight? We guttering first? We're asking questions first?
We're always guttering.
We're FOCing first?
let's talk about what we've read this week.
All right.
I read Nubia, Queen of the Amazons. This is her second series by Stephanie Williams. What do you think?
I don't know.
So this was the Coronation Special 4-issue miniseries.
You can take it,
5 issues that I read. But I think I like this one better than the first one because you really get her history. You learn more about her past life, which is interesting because when they come through the well, they don't know who they were before.
Right.
But there was a piece of her old life came with her, and then someone from her past starts following her, and all the pieces fall together. Also, her sidekick in this is Kendra.
I love Kendra so
So that was fun. She was like her bodyguard.
I love Kendra so much.
I thought that was really cool. And they also talk about...
By far my favorite Hulk girl.
Look how beautiful she is as queen. They go to Brazil, and there's protests going on about deforestation.
Oh, sure.
I'm trying to find it. Will
Oh.
you chill out, bro? So that was cool. It was a really, really well done series. I liked it a lot. This is the character from Nubia's past. She was not very happy. So that was interesting.
I mean, who is?
Yeah.
Take a run for it.
But I read the Coronation Special and then all 4 of these. I read it on the DC app because I did not yet have this in my hand, but I still don't have all 4 issues. This is another variant for number 1 and a variant for number 4. I don't have 2 and 3. So I read the trade on the DC Infinite app, which has been my new exploration because I'm reading a bunch of older DC stuff that I don't have physical copies of. So that's been fun. What about you?
There's Nubia in the Hall of Justice.
Yeah.
So how was her interaction with the rest of the Justice League?
It was fine.
Considering she's now queen.
It was very little interactions. They basically went and got
So it was
weapons.
mostly Anani? Anani? How do you say her name?
Night.
I don't know. Batman's talking to her.
A few different people of the tribe went.
Hey, Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing's in here. Briefly. If you're looking for a Swamp Thing appearance.
Yeah, they were only briefly there.
Doesn't matter. They're there.
I know.
The amulet. Man, that had to hurt. A knife through her chest. Hey, there's the kangaroos. There's books about these kangaroos.
Yeah, Kango you.
And how they get trained.
Yeah, I've never read that.
So I got a couple of things too. One of the books I actually read, so I read this week was G.I. Joe 330. So I haven't read a regular G.I. Joe comic since Marvel did it. Right? So I have been reading the G.I. Joe in the Energon universe, but not a regular one.
What's the difference?
Huh?
What's the difference?
So this G.I. Joe started in Marvel in the 70s.
I mean, I get that, but what's the difference of the storylines and stuff?
It's more toward that the wars and stuff we were
Oh.
fighting. Like it's all those like the characters we're dealing with in the Energon universe. Their personalities are similar, but it's all brought up to date. And they're in with the transform. Like these don't. There's no Transformers in this universe. There's nothing like that in this universe.
It's just war and
Correct.
wars.
It's just basically like different operations, like bad guys Cobra, good guys G.I. Joe.
But Larry Hama's still writing it?
Larry Hama's still writing it. Yep. Larry Hama's still moving on. But anyway, so I picked this up. Actually, it turned out really well because it was a Snake Eyes story. See, Snake Eyes right here. And then obviously somebody since I don't know, somebody last issue must have messed with his head. And he basically starts attacking people. Or, yeah, And even if it's Wolf, he even like gets mad at his wolf, which is very not snake eyes like. That doesn't really. There's a female snake eyes too. But let's go near the end. It's a bear.
The reason you picked this
It's
up.
a bear. So the reason that I picked this up, but I did read the whole book mainly because it helps that this is a snake eyes issues, and that means it's very little words. The snake eyes doesn't talk or talk much. So you get to this page, right? Spoiler alert. Bad things, bear attacks. But then you get to this page here where someone is breaking into the Destro's castle right here. You can kind of see the silhouette in this panel. And then on the last page, you get Lady Croft.
Lady Croft.
That's what it says. Yeah. You get Lady Croft. So Tomb Raider or Lara Croft has entered the G.I. Joe universe, the regular G.I. Joe universe. And there will be a miniseries, G.I. Joe Tomb Raider, that comes out later this fall in October. And then they are actually making a action figure, a G.I. Joe action figure of Lara Croft. And so she will be a part of that too. So that is actually happening. It says Lara Croft will return in G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero versus Tomb Raider #1. Sale everywhere October in 2026.
I know
so
you're excited.
That is why I got it right here. Tomb Raider. I did. 100%. I'm a big Tomb Raider fan in the video game world, and I am a big fan in the comics. I have like the big gigantic omnibus things and all that. So
the floppy ones?
I have the big ones too. Those big giant things.
Oh, the floppy ones are over there.
Hello. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Tomb Raider a lot.
Why doesn't she have pointy boobies?
That's a video game issue, not a real life issue. We don't do that. We don't do that in here. And we got a TV show coming out sometime. But anyway.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What else I read this week was my pick of the week from last week. Shocker. I told you I was going to read it, and I did. Orion by Ngozi Ukazu. This is technically a sequel to her Barda book, but I don't think you have to read Barda first.
You don't have to read it.
But I would recommend it because Barda is amazing. But this was interesting. I struggled for a little bit because I didn't really care for Orion. He's just an angry white dude.
He's a god.
And
he's a new god.
He's feeling really displaced because he's from Apocalypse, technically born of Apocalypse, but he was raised in New Genesis, and he feels rage all the time because he feels like he has to feel rage because that's what you do on Apocalypse, apparently. So he was going through some personal issues.
Right. So this is a young adult retelling of Orion's origin, kind of like they did with Barda. Now it's with him, and so you kind of
Darkseid's son.
Yep.
But turns out him and Scott Free were exchanged at birth for like a peace agreement.
Correct.
So Scott Free was raised on Apocalypse, even though he was just in the orphanage in the dungeon.
Right.
With what's her name?
Granny Goodness?
Yeah, the Granny Goodness orphanage.
Sorry, I had to figure out what you were talking about.
Yeah. So, also, the highlight of this was Light Ray. He was delightful. They're besties, and he was so sweet. I can see how people ship them as a bromance because they were really cute. Yeah, all his rage. So he eventually
Act 2
meets his father and goes to Apocalypse and meets his father, and then hell ensues.
I mean, it's what happens with the new gods.
Yeah. I did like the ending where you see Scott and Barda, though.
I need to lift that up so nobody can see what you're...
I like the ending of getting them again.
The camera's up here, not down here.
I see it on the screen. Anyways, Barda and Scott Free are living, and
that's funny. The Mr. Miracle poster.
Yeah, Barda and Scott are living in New York City. I think that's where they were. And he has all these traps and stuff in his apartment. Stuff like that was really, I loved it. Seeing their relationship, I would love a sequel of this with Mr. Miracle. That'd be really fun.
They probably will come up with a Mr. Miracle, I would assume.
Because there's already been a Mr. Miracle YA book.
Yeah, but it wasn't in this universe, though, was it? Yeah. This is Ngozi's like little young adult universe, which I find it interesting that they're using this, especially Ngozi writing this for young adult, because I do think these books will lead the young adult people, once they get into these characters, to go read about the New Gods, right?
I mean, I already want to read more about Light Rays, so
yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure he was featured in one of the DC Pride books, but I don't remember for sure.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But I liked Light Ray a lot. I mean, I love Ngozi. I've officially read everything she's ever written, I think, so.
Officially.
Ta-da!
And then I reread The Amazing Spider-Man Broken. This is volume 4 of the trade that's currently going on. So it is actually Amazing Spider-Man. It's 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, and 22. So during this time in Amazing Spider-Man, this is the storyline where Peter Parker's in space. He gets hit so hard that it throws him across the universe. And so they were alternating issues. So it was a Peter in space issue, and then it was a Norman Osborn as Spider-Man, right? And so what they did in this trade is they actually put only the stories of Peter Parker in space. So in here is basically the first appearance of Symbi, which you may or may not have seen. He's just a little symbiote dude, but he's pretty hilarious.
He's so cute.
But Peter basically creates his own like Guardians of the Galaxy in this trade. And so he's now trying to get back to Earth. What?
Is that them?
Yeah, this is the whole team, and there's Symbi right there. And this is kind of Peter's girlfriend-ish. Right now, he has like an alien girlfriend, which good for him.
I'm trying to find a better picture of Symbi.
Peter's got game, man. Anyway.
Is that Rocket?
Yeah, Rocket's a part of his team. Rocket doesn't stay with him once they get back to Earth. I didn't know if there was
another raccoon in space.
No, it's Rocket. Rocket ends up being a part of his team on the way back. And so I enjoyed this story a lot. I really thought they should have left Peter in space. I mean, I guess it was 5 issues, 5 or 6 issues, but I actually liked the story of him coming back and him finding himself in the story. And so he was already having a hard time, but even in space, you kind of got to see his personality, and like he took control and wanted to save people, and he stood up for people regardless of where he was at. And can
you read this as a standalone?
Yes, you can read this as a standalone. If you haven't read anything else, I would suggest you read this as a standalone, because there's some really good. I cannot remember her name right now, and I apologize. His girlfriend, and I can't think of her name. Sorry, but like she's kind of related to the big bad that knocked him out into space. Mm-hmm. And so they have that kind of battle, and they were like talking down to her, and Peter he did not have any of it. He's like, you don't talk to anyone like that. And so it turns into a whole nother battle, and it was great. So I highly suggest, even if you're not reading The Amazing Spider-Man, I think as a good just standalone art of him in space, this is it. Like and I'm not a big Venom fan. Like, it's just not my thing.
Would you relate this to Venom Space Knight?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. This is way.
I like that series.
Venom Space Knight was good. That was the Flash Thompson out in space with the Guardians and stuff. So that was pretty good. But this was actually.
What is this?
It was just a backup story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was just a backup story in one of the books. Both of those were. It was just backup stories and the
Simbi
comics.
is so cute.
Simbi is I love him to death. He is hilarious.
Where is he?
And he's still hilarious in the current amazing book. But I like this a lot. I like where it's going. And I mean, all of this was just really leading up to 1,000. And that's where we're still headed. We're closing in on 1,000 pretty quick now. So, but I reread this week because it's worth it. I mean, I just read it not long ago, but it is definitely it's definitely a good time. And all of them are badass, but she's a badass.
I just don't remember her name.
I can't. I'm awful with names. Glitch is his suit. But anyway.
Who did the art?
This was I'm never gonna.
Pepe Larraz?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, he did the art in those 4 issues.
It's cool.
Yep. It was pretty cool. And then, like the backup stories and all that was handled by different people. There was a couple of there was backup stories, so they did them inside here too. You just put them in the back. So, but I highly suggest this.
Ngozi writes mostly young adult books.
Right.
They did Check Please, which is 4 books. It was originally a webtoon, and she's working on book 5 right now. It's a college hockey gay romance. And then Flip is another college setting book where a guy and a girl, they switch places, but they keep changing back over and over again for shorter durations each time. But that was a lot of fun. And then Bunt is about joining a softball team. No, joining a softball team to pay off your student loans. Or if you're on the softball team or any sport, I think you don't have to pay for your tuition. So they created a softball team, and it's all these like misfits. So that was a lot of fun. And then Barda and Orion. I feel like that's everything. She's written some little stories in the DC Pride anthologies.
She's written a bunch of other little things here and there.
But those are the main graphic novels.
Yep.
I have so much of her stuff. We'll have to do a full video because when she did a Check Please Kickstarter, I got a Samuel. I don't know. That sounds weird.
It's one they actually did a hockey jersey.
Yeah, the main character is on the hockey team.
But it's not like a t-shirt hockey jersey. It was an actual hockey jersey that they did as a part of the Kickstarter with his name and all that. So which is why the Kickstarter was expensive, because it was an actual hockey jersey.
And his name is Zimmerman, so that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Even though those Zimmermans that I can think of are baseball, but still.
It's still a good name.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I've read a bunch of stuff this week, but just to kind of show. So I'm a huge Rom the Space Knight fan. Always have been ever since it came out in 78, I think it was. I always want to say 77. I think it came out in 78. And so I went through all my ROMs this week because I have multiple runs of ROM, and I was just wanting to sort everything. And then I have all of his like Marvel appearances, and I did a video on that. I just haven't posted it to YouTube yet. I posted it to TikTok, but I'll post it to YouTube this weekend. And as I was going through it, I kind of went back through the original West Coast Avengers because Rob's on the cover as Hawkeye is putting his team together, a bunch of floating heads. Rom happened to be one of the heads here. So I kind of went back through the original West Coast Avenger miniseries from the stack of this. And basically this is just kind of Hawkeye putting his team together. And I mean, his final team, spoiler alert, is Tigra, Mockingbird, Iron Man, and then Wonder Man. So this is like the final team here that's in this. And they're just fighting gravitation.
So he's only on the cover of the first one?
Yeah, they just like, who's he going to pick?
Oh, is that why the question mark?
Yeah. So they're like, who's he going to pick? And then it was like, they did the corner box here with question marks. So you knew Rom wasn't going to be one, of course, but they just still did it. And I thought it was pretty cool. And I like the West Coast Avengers. The West Coast Avengers are actually a fun book. A lot of stuff happened in the West Coast Avengers. So,
are you planning to read the new Jeff Darrow run for Shaolin Cowboy?
yes, I am. I have the first issue downstairs. I have not read it yet. I am a huge Jeff Darrow fan. Like, I fell in love, I guess, with Jeff Darrow back with Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot. And
we were
then
just talking about him.
Yep. Like I love that series. I love that series a lot. And then, God, what was I can't remember the other series. Oh, it was pretty brutal. It was kind of like Shaolin, but yes, I will be reading that. And at some point, hopefully I'll, Hard Boil. That's it. Thank you. I could picture the cover of the book in my head. I just could not get the words out, but yes, Hard Boiled was also great. So yeah, I will definitely be, read the new Jeff Darrow book. It is amazing. I've enjoyed the other Shaolin Cowboy. So this one is the AI one. So it should be pretty fun.
Oh yeah, we talked about that too.
Yes, I do love floating head covers. I am a big fan of the floating head covers. They're awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see our little logo, but that was the inspiration of our YouTube logo was floating heads.
Yeah, our logo for this for Comics Unfiltered overall will be getting the comic treatment. It's on me to get the information over to someone to do it, so that way you don't have to look at our actual faces.
Yeah, I did my best in Canva and just took our heads and put them on a circle.
But yeah, that was the inspiration of that. So, but anyway, yeah, we went through all this. There's a lot more ROM appearances than people actually think in the Marvel universe. There's a lot. It was like a 6-minute video that I got.
I'm sure you didn't even cover them all.
I think I covered. Well, as far as I know, I covered them all. And we're only talking the Marvel ROM. We're not talking the IDW ROM.
He doesn't like that.
We don't talk about the IDW ROM.
Okay. So we always do our FOC on Friday.
Right.
So what on your FOC was the most exciting?
The most exciting?
Yes.
Well, might not be exciting for everyone, but for me, the most exciting thing was they're doing a Once and Future Omnibus.
Now that you need another copy.
Not that I need another copy of Once and Future, but they are. So on this on Final Order Cutoff this week, Boom has it's paperback, so it's not a hardcover, but it's a paperback.
It's 30 issues though.
Yeah, it's still 30 issues, but it's full omnibus. I have like both versions of the hardcover, and I have
all the trades, all the single issues,
and I think I have most of the variants.
Yeah, I said all the single issues.
I love Once and Future. If you've never read Once and Future, I highly suggest reading Once and Future. But that is definitely one of the highlights. I think another big thing that's happening from a DC perspective, if they're kicking off the Kingdom of Zod. So Zod is the villain from Krypton.
Okay.
So he was basically one of the bad guys from the early Superman stuff.
Was he in Toy Story?
No, he was not in Toy Story. That's a different Zurg. Anyway,
I was like so close.
That's good. Yeah, really close. And so back during the
Apocalypse.
No, what was the thing that you just got through reading where the heroes lost their powers?
Absolute Power.
Yeah, Absolute Power. Yeah. Absolute Power. When Absolute Power came out, all the superheroes lost their powers. And then when they got their powers back, some of them switched powers. Well, Lois Lane got superpowers and she became Superwoman. Well, her powers came from Zod. So ever since then, which is now 3 years, because we're at issue 30 on Superman, Zod's been traveling to Earth to figure out
how to get his
powers back, because he knows something's wrong. And so that's what this is.
So what books is that going to take place in? And Superman?
Every Superman and Supergirl book. So I think Supergirl is part 1.
Okay.
And then part 1 is going to be Supergirl 16. And then part 2 is Action Comics 1101. So that seems to be a pretty big event that DC's doing. DC's doing 2 big events at the same time, which seems crazy to me because they're kicking off with this, and then in the middle of this, they're going to kick off Bad Seed with Batman.
I'm so excited for Bad Seed. Y'all are gonna get sick of us talking about it.
Yeah. On the Once and Future, if you like Arthurian legend, you're gonna love Once and Future
And
or
Badass Grandmas.
Yeah, it is. It is so well done. And it's 30 issues and it's done. Now, could they ever come back to that universe? Yes, but
sure,
it is.
But it's Dan Moore art. Gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. Everything about that book is done. So that
done.
That was
My
on the
turn.
lunar side. Did I have something on the penguin side?
Me?
You did?
I do.
Okay.
So my new thing that I just tried was the DC Infinite app because I needed to read some books that we didn't own somehow, some way. Not sure how we missed them. Whatever. But they have a bunch of books called that you can read for free, I think, under DC Go.
Yeah, they're called episodes over there, though.
Yeah, so it's like webtoons, but for DC. And Stephanie Williams has one. There's some really good ones. But anyways, what are you doing to the screen?
Just showing you the titles here.
They're not on that screen.
Oh.
Anyways, there's 3 of them on FOC this week that are becoming into print. And the most exciting for me is Nothing But Nightwing. BUTT. And then there's a Renaissance of Raven. And then there's
the Raven one. I am really looking forward to the Raven one.
One other one that I don't remember. It's not the one.
It's the John Kent one. That's not on this one, though. There's a Harley Quinn. There's a Harley Quinn on this FOC.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't care.
Yeah. I still ordered it, though.
No, I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for Renaissance of Raven. It's written by Sina Grace. And then Nothing But Nightwing. There's a few different creators in that one.
It's a Harley Quinn in Paradise.
It looks really good. They all look
but
really
good. This isn't a web one. This is new.
It is?
Yeah.
The Renaissance. That was a DC Go one too.
The Renaissance of Raven is not a DC Go. It's like a it's like its own thing.
Misinformation.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, I don't think that
is. No, it is.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought that was.
You were wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be something. I thought it was something else.
Well.
So there's another. Oh, it's a Raven one shot that's coming out that I'm getting confused about. Yep. There's a Raven one shot. It is not on FOC yet.
So DC Go has 3 books coming out in print on this FOC: Harley Quinn, Nightwing, and Raven.
Right.
And I'm so excited to read them.
Yep. And then there's a Swamp Thing compact edition on here from Alan Moore. So they're redoing the Alan Moore Swamp Things in the compact editions, which means you can read Alan Moore Swamp Thing for $10. I highly suggest you read Alan Moore Swamp Thing for $10.
I mean, there could be worse things you read.
It is absolutely. It is amazing. I love Swamp Thing anyway. Well, I'm a Swamp Thing fan. So.
Okay. So, my question of the week.
Question of the week.
Pertains to some recent news that just broke.
There was a lot of news that broke this week. I'm sure you're going to tell me which one it is.
Is it Marvel?
There's a big Marvel news breaking this week, yes.
Okay, so Marvel announced that they are moving their headquarters to California.
That's
out of New York City.
Yep.
What do you think that means for the comic industry?
What do I think it means for the comic industry? Truthfully?
Yes.
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
DC moved out of, what was it? I'm sorry. It's like I think a lot of people online have been talking about like a doom and gloom, but like DC moved out of New York when Warner Brothers took them over completely, right? And look at their books today.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the position they're in. I mean, do you think that had a negative effect, them leaving New York? Now, granted, New York used to be...
I mean, Penguin's there.
Right. I mean, because it was the comic capital of the world, but now you have where it's, DC is still owned by someone else, Discovery right now. Does this have
a Hollywood influence, you think?
I think it just has to do with, the people who own them has headquarters already out there. right? And so why keep another building in New York when you already have a, so the Marvel offices only basically have like 100 people there, right? And so their contract was up, their lease was up next year. You only have 100 people. Where out in California, you probably got a facility of hundreds of people that's on the Disney lot, right?
But if people can't move, they're essentially going to lose their jobs.
So that is a thing. So yes, Marvel has offered everyone their jobs to keep their job if they wanted to move to California. If they decide they don't want to move to California, then yes, unfortunately, they will lose their jobs. But they can keep it, and they don't have to decide, I think, until
next year,
July of next year, rather what they're going to do, right? So they got plenty of time. But yes, it is definitely the end of an era. Like Marvel's been there for 90 years. Before Marvel, Atlas was there. I mean, it's all their incarnations of Marvel. When it was Atlas before that, everyone's been there. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, everyone came out of New York. They all worked together. The bullpen.
And there's such a big scene. Like New York is so prevalent in a lot of Marvel comics.
Well, I mean, because that's really where all the heroes are based, right? Like all the heroes
are they going to move
based.
too?
No, they're not really going to change that. We may see something like the West Coast Avengers or something come back and be based out of Burbank or whatever now.
Burbank, USA.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really think that is what's going to make or break.
Was it Marvel or DC that just laid off a whole bunch of people?
Oh, well, Marvel laid off some people, but it's the way they do their studios and stuff too. So it's kind of they did get a new editor-in-chief this week too. So they're replacing that, which the editor-in-chief that they are replacing with is very well respected in the industry. And so that may help turn things around for Marvel. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Marvel's been hurting for about the last year. I mean, they fell out of first place in sales for the first time in decades. We're not talking a year or two. We're talking decades.
Yeah. You have your little handy dandy pie chart.
Yes, I do. But I mean, overall, I don't really think it's going to have a whole lot to do with what they do.
So what percent is Marvel now?
So this is for June. This is at the end of June, not quarter. The numbers look a little different. But for the month of June, DC Comics was the number one publisher at 40%. Marvel was at 33%.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, and we talk about like 2 years ago, Marvel was like 50, right? And they stayed at 50.
Image has a nice piece of the pie.
Image is the one who really jumped. Image has gone from like 9 to like 15%. And I think, I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of that is on the back of the Energon universe.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
thanks, Daniel Warren Johnson.
Well,
Jesus.
I mean, Daniel Warren Johnson hasn't really done anything in the Energon.
I know.
You mean Robert Kirkman, who owns Skybound?
About all the covers and stuff.
Yeah. And then Dynamite, though, is number 4 at 3%. So there's your jump. 40, 33, 15, 3.
And then everybody else.
And then, yeah, like it's Dynamite's at 3, IDW's at 2, Dark Horse is at 1.5, Boom is at 1.25, Titan Comics is at 1%, and Oni Press is at like 0.84, so 1%.
Oni's just a baby.
Yeah. So their market share.
Oni, but
yeah, their market share is only a little bit, but it's not a whole lot. But I don't really see where Marvel moving. It's just not going to make an impact. It shouldn't make an impact because most of your creators don't live in New York. They live in Seattle anyway. Right?
I don't know.
Like Dan Moore, he doesn't do stuff for Marvel, but I'm just saying, like for DC, he doesn't even he lives somewhere else. Like we have all these people across the country now. You draw your stuff, you write your stuff, you scan it, or you send it in, and like it's just not. You just don't have to go to the building anymore to do it, right? For them. But like
Dan Moore's not an American, is he?
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, your number one Marvel writer right now is Canadian. Chip Zdarsky's writing Captain America and Avengers. He's Canadian. Like he's not. He lives in Canada. He's not here. That's what I mean. Like it doesn't. Like you're not.
I'm reading the Brand New Day or whatever,
Yeah.
and Peter and Wolverine were hanging out in the Avengers hideout, and he's made a comment about him being Canadian.
Yeah,
made me laugh.
So yeah, like it's not that. It's a big deal in a sense that Marvel has always been in New York.
Yeah,
that's a big deal. But as far as what it does for them, at the end of the day, nothing's going to change, right? If the people move, the people move. If they don't, they'll hire people.
It just seems sad.
I'm not saying it's not. It's just what happens. So
it's a business.
Yep. I mean, that's. And once again, they don't have to have big business. Like, right? Marvel doesn't have to do big business. Disney's just using them to make movies and merchandise. Like any kind of merchandise. Look at all kind of merchandise. Like, you know how much Disney makes off of those stupid action figures and pops I have over there? I'm sure it's a decent chunk of change.
I mostly spend my money on DC stuff now. So
yeah, well, I think that's. So when I grew up,
back in the day,
I grew up in the 70s and the 80s, right? So I grew up as a Marvel fan because, well, I was born in the 70s. Anyway, I grew up as a Marvel fan because Marvel really came out. Marvel really started in the early 60s, right? Like with Spider-Man 62. So that's kind of when it started, and it was more down to earth stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
More human.
All the Marvel stuff is more human. If you go back and read any stuff, like you read the Spider-Man story from like 20, 30 years ago the other day, and it's more human, right?
40.
Okay, 40 years ago, whatever.
1990 was like almost 40 years.
It's 30 years ago. 36 years ago.
Yeah, I said almost 40. God.
Anyway, and so it was more human. So like my generation through that time, I think we all fell in love with Marvel. Now, the generation before me, everyone loved DC because that's really all there was. They grew up with DC. There wasn't a whole lot of Marvel, right? Marvel wasn't much of anything in the 50s and 60s. And so Marvel had a stronghold on everything, right? But what's happened over the last few years, especially with this all in, DC has started becoming a little bit more human in the way they write their books. And I think a lot of it has to do with their writers.
My favorite character doesn't have superpowers. So
right. I'm just saying their writers, though, the writers are basically my generation writing books. And they were all huge Marvel fans, but they're writing books for DC. They're writing the DC books that way. And so DC has found that love. And so all the new people coming into comics is reading DC or like Image. Because the Energon universe has brought a lot of people in too, right? And so I think that's what you're seeing. Like for yourself, like Tess. Tess is a prime example. Tess is like 22. She loves DC because of everything they're doing. Her whole life now will be around DC and very little Marvel. In the same way with you, right? Like you started out
with Marvel because that was your love.
Because that was my love, but now that you've gotten into DC and the Titans,
the rabbit holes I have found,
the Titans, Wonder Woman, like there's Supergirl, like there's great characters over there, and the stuff you're reading is really good. Like Marv Wolfman can write.
I'm enjoying my Marv Wolfman rabbit hole.
Yeah, like but
I'm about to read Crisis, so the first one.
Yes, the original Crisis.
The original one.
Spoiler alert: Supergirl and Flash dies.
Thanks.
A spoiler alert for a book that's how old?
As old as me.
That was in the 80s, so that was before. That was before you, right?
Let's see, when did it come out?
I'm pretty sure. It was. Pretty sure it was like mid 80s.
Crisis?
When Crisis on Infinite Earth.
On Infinite Earth. 85 to 86.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was 85.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm almost at my birth year in comics.
So that was 40 years ago. God.
I'm up to volume 10 of the new Teen Titans. That is crazy.
Yeah. I still can't wait till you actually make it to Tom Taylor's Nightwing.
I'm getting there. I'm moving.
So I'm going to reread Crisis with her also, because I haven't reread Crisis since the 80s.
So maybe that'll be next week's episode, because that's my next read after this Brand New Day book.
And so just so you also know that we do Riding in Cars every Sunday. We release an episode. So the month of July is all Spider-Man related, right? Because
June was Supergirl.
June was Supergirl because of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, August is my
birth month.
My birth month. So in August, I'm making her read
indie superhero
stuff, kind of. So I'm making her read Madman. I'm making her read Concrete. I'm making you read Hellboy and
Rom.
I'm going to make her read the first volume of Rom. And what's the other one? And Mouse Guard. So Mouse Guard is going to be basically the newest thing that she's going to read.
I prefer to read in trades just because, I don't know, it's just easier for me to read like 5 at a time.
Right. I think for me it depends.
And my memory, I rather read them when they're all out versus once a month.
And I think for me it depends. There are a handful of books that I read every week in single issues, like The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm reading single issues. Nightwing. I read a lot of those in single issues, but there are books sometimes that I'll get and I'll read the first or second issue, a single issue, and I'm like, this is going to work better as a trade. Mm-hmm. So I'll stop, right? I get it. I'll have issue 1 or issue 1 and 2 of a book, and I'll just put it away, and then I'll get the trade. And when the trade comes out, I'll read it because it reads better in a trade. And I think, and that plays off on how I do that. But I do enjoy my single issues. Like I enjoy that.
I read more singles now than I used to.
Yeah. I like some of the cliffhangers, right? I do like the way, like you do certain books. Nightwing has been really good with that. I've enjoyed all the Spider-Man stuff. And so I don't do hardly any E stuff at all. I do not like reading E stuff. I want to hold some kind of book.
I prefer that, but sometimes
you can't. Yeah.
You can't. So like I have the new Teen Titans and Omnibus, but my Omnibus stops after the Judas contract. So I needed to read it somehow.
Right. Well, like all the stuff we do with Riding in Cars, we do trades. We make sure that we go back. I mean, it's just, I mean, I have some of the single issues of all that stuff, but it's just easier to do it in trade and do Riding in Cars. Because the one thing that we want to promote with Riding in Cars is you can go still pick. Yeah, you can still go pick this up.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think the only time we did single issues was Submerged because the trade was like out of print or something.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Like it's once again, I
want to have the.
I like your questions on this because this has been one of the things that's been hitting me lately. Is because once again, I post some TikToks, but I'll hit like somebody talking about collectors or collecting comics. And they go, this is how you should collect comics.
There's no one way to collect comics.
And it irritates me to no end. Like, you know what? If you love getting single issues, getting single issues. If you enjoy putting them in a bag and a board, put them in a bag and a board. If you just want to throw them in a box, throw them in a box.
If you want to sort them.
If you want to sort them. If you don't, don't. I don't sort my books.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. I get books every week. When I read them, I'll be honest, I have the CLZ app. I scan them and I throw them in a box. When that box gets full, I go put it in a stack.
And all of the boxes have names, so we know where the book is if we want to look for it. So when I was reading Wonder Girl and the other Nubia series, they were all in different boxes and they were on the bottom row. So I had to go dig them out. But
it's just the easiest way. There's no wrong way to collect or read a comic. At the end of the day, it's just what you prefer. Like a lot of people, I know I have a lot of people who want to have all the single issues, and it makes sense. And trust me, I get it. It's our conversation we were having earlier with Once and Future. I have all the single issues. I bought the trades. I bought both versions of the hardcover, the regular hardcover and the slipcase. And I'm going to
Volume 1 and 2.
And I'm going to get this omnibus. That's the collector part of me, right? Like I don't need all of that because I have the books. I
Like,
enjoy
look at
that.
Paper Girls.
Yeah, I enjoy that book so much. Paper Girls is another way. If you haven't read Paper Girls, it's a sci-fi adventure with girls who delivers newspapers.
But you can get it in the compacts, and it's really affordable to start reading
Right.
it now.
But I have it in single issues. They did a big omnibus collection. They did DC did the compacts of it.
Hardcovers.
And they did hardcovers. And
So-
in certain books, I have different versions of it.
You're a collector and a reader.
I'm a collector and a reader. If I really like something, I will get every version of it. Like Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I just got another version of #1 because DNA did the cover. Like, why wouldn't I? I mean, what?
I mean, that's a whole nother video, your Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow collection.
Yeah.
Because you have so much of
But I agree with you. Like, if it works for you, then please, by all means, read it and enjoy it. What was it? A few years ago, they did a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Power Ranger crossover.
Oh my gosh.
It had the single best cliffhangers at the end of every issue. I enjoyed reading those single issues. Those single issues read better than the trade did. And it was because of the way the cliffhangers worked in that book, and you had to wait till the next issue. And it was perfect. It was a perfect setting for that book.
I don't like cliffhangers.
And it's fine. Yeah, it's exactly
I'm not a
fine.
big series readers and prose novels for that reason too. I don't really read a lot of series. I read more standalones because I want conclusion.
Right.
Like when I was reading Wonder Girl, if it wasn't for the annual, there would be no conclusion. It was annoying me.
It's not a tumor.
Oh, I need the
Yeah.
conclusion.
So I'll probably I like that. I like that statement. I'll probably do a video. It's been in the back of my head because, like, I watched somebody the other day and sitting there going, if you're gonna be a comic collector, you need to make sure that you have your bags and your boards. And I'm like, oh man, that would really upset you with the number of books that I just throw.
He has original art just laying on the floor.
It's like, I mean, it's for me. It's not for anyone else. It's for me, right? Yeah, it is true.
Well, that's why I'm reading comics from the 80s.
That's true. I mean, there have been books where issue 1 has come out and there's never been another issue of the book ever.
Oh, I was reading
Daredevil Bullseye.
I was reading
Right.
a T. Franklin book called, oh my gosh, drop something, Juke Joint. And it was supposed to be a mini series, but after like issue 3, they canceled it. It was like an Image book, and they just canceled it after issue 3. And I'm like, what the heck happened?
That's right. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, you just can't do anything. I mean, it just happens. Or worse, right? So there's a book that comes out from Boom called Fence.
Oh my god.
And there's been a lot of books that has come out.
There's like 8.
Yeah. So, and some of them are trade. Like, they came out as a graphic novel, right?
Well, some of the trades are only two oversized issues.
Anyway, it's only been like 3 days. Like,
this whole series takes place over one tennis tournament, and we haven't made it to the Final Four yet. It's driving me crazy.
Fencing tournament. and so that book is like,
will it ever end?
It may not ever end because we don't really know if another.
And they took like a 5-year hiatus.
Right.
Like, what? Just pump the rest of it out, okay?
I always bring up Camelot 3000 from DC because I think it was like 10 years. I think it was like 10 years between issues 11 and 12.
Oh my god. It's kind of like that George R.R. Martin guy.
That guy. I know that guy.
That guy. I don't know.
And if you remember old Image stuff, there was a book from Matter Air called Battle Chasers, and it never ended.
Oh Jesus!
And it was a fun book.
Is Saga ever coming back?
Saga's back. It's currently going.
Nah, it hasn't been out yet. When was the last issue that came out?
I don't know.
I feel like they're on a second hiatus.
They probably are.
Anime
Oh,
fans,
yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't imagine like 1,000 volumes of something. That's insane to me. Like, that's insane.
Will it ever end?
Like, I can't, right. I cannot imagine 1,000 volumes.
I can't imagine reading
One
One
Piece.
Piece.
Right.
What? No, I'll stick to my original graphic novels where I get a pretty little story.
Or, yeah, 5 seasons for season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll stay. I mean, I guess that's the nice thing about certain where Marvel and DC have an advantage for the most part is because their story is going to end, even if it may drag out for a little bit. There's going to be an ending, right? Before the next writer or creative team or something, where some of these indie books don't always end easily or left out. So, a book that I was going to get her to read, and we changed it up a little bit from Concrete, was The Rocketeer.
The Rock-a-Who?
The Rocketeer. So, and The Rocketeer is a great story. I love The Rocketeer, right? It has a beginning, a middle, and the end. It's done. It took years for The Rocketeer to finish, and I think it was 3 or 4 different publishers
Oh my god.
had to publish that book for it to end, because the companies either went out of business and whatever, and it finally wrapped up and with Dark Horse, but it took forever. And so we didn't really think that we were going to get an ending to this book, and we finally did, but like it did take forever to do it because of that. So indies, I think, sometimes can really give you good books.
Yeah, and if the sales aren't there, they just cancel
It just cancel, and you
like
you
Juke
move.
Joint. No one was
Right.
buying it, but it was a really good premise.
Right. And I think that's hard for that. So, but anyway, those are really good. I mean, that's a whole nother thing. Actually, I should do another little video of the Rocketeer and its different books,
Oh gosh.
and just show you the different companies and how they cliffhangered it and all, because it started out with Pacific Comics.
Mm.
And I think that started out in the back of Star Slayer.
Oh my goodness. Well, it is almost time for my basketball game.
All right.
So we're gonna
All right.
wrap it up.
We will wrap it up tonight. So
Thanks for watching.
yep. Thanks for watching.
For your questions.
Thanks for your questions. Yeah, that was great. There were some very good questions in there. We appreciate it. So yeah, I like the conversation. So very good.
If you have any recommendations you want us to read,
That's right.
let me know.
Or questions. Any questions you'd like for us to talk about?
Currently reading New Teen Titans. So where do I go from here?
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us. You also have a good weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Gotta hit the stream button, man.